Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted GM, Brian, welcoming you once again. Episode 61. Well, I have to say that this latest episode left me with a conundrum, which kind of worked itself out on its own, but it really has opened my eyes to how different generations view the game and how it's played. So you're just going to have to excuse me for a few moments as I digress on this intro like I normally do. While one might be knowledgeable about the rules, it is possible that one may not know the spirit of the game. And while there should never be an adversarial relationship between the GM and the players, there should be a challenge presented from both sides of the screen. That goes with our unwritten contract that both players and GMs share, that they will enjoy the game with one another, and they will not go out of their way to stymie the game or curtail it or somehow sabotage it, whether it's through limelighting or cutting off other people or just being rude in general. Not only is it the GM's place to make sure that that doesn't happen, it's also the GM's place to provide a narrative for the players to go through. Along said adventure, the players will meet NPCs, monsters, villains, and other challenges that should elicit a sense of danger to one degree or another. If a player thinks all these challenging instances should just be hand-waved because a player thinks the GM shouldn't be adversarial or is presenting a challenging opportunity that maybe is just not a walk in the park, then what's the purpose of being a hero in a fantasy game if the challenge no longer exists? And along the same thought, why monsters? Why do they exist? Why have a dungeon with danger? Why have a master villain pulling the strings, finally culminating to why present the adventure at all? After all of the adventure paths are designed to put the PCs in a situation they must overcome, either through leveling up, mechanics, or ingenuity. Imagine that. In most cases, all three combined. That's why the APs have markers where, at those beats, the PCs should be at a specific level. Why? Because there's going to be challenges they will have to deal with and overcome, not just walk through or worse, walk over. So, to all those entitled, rules-flaunting, mannerless, self-proclaimed victims of society, I, as well as other GMs, DMs, handlers, judges, refs, keepers, and all the other facilitators of the game who present a challenge that you must overcome to be victorious in the adventure path, should not, nor will not, relent in presenting said challenges, because it's through the struggle that we grow and level up. Character death is not the end of the world, and it does not mean the GM is out to get you or is adversarial or hungers for players' death with glee. It's very sad to see how WotC raised their player base. Everyone gets a trophy and you win just by showing up. A player base that lacks introspective or self-awareness but has no problem assigning blame. It's a game. Grow up. In fact, why don't we just warm up our dice and top off our glass as Roll the Hard 20 presents episode 61 of our Dragon's Demand run-through, Arturic'S Tomb.
I can't even remember the last few days.
I know that I don't even know what it was. I said, Tony, what kind of beer is that? Oh, it's the beer it came with. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, this shit is powerful. He's like, it ain't so bad. This is the way they serve it in Germany. I'm like, okay. So as I'm drinking this stein of beer, I'm slowly sliding down the couch till eventually I'm fully horizontal on the couch at that point. But it was good times. We had a good time. You and I had a good time.
Oh, yeah. I'm still finishing up some of the micheladas that we got the other day.
Dude, that was so good. That was a good time. In fact, we were eating at this one restaurant, and then we were walking away, and we started talking about micheladas, and then we got halfway through the spectrum and turned around and went back and found another bar.
Nice.
Yeah.
a fucking spectrum. That place is crazy.
Yeah, it's huge now. It's so packed with people. So, but it was funny because when we were sitting in the bar at the first restaurant, we could see through all the windows. We could see my son working the restaurant across the way.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So
Keeping my eye on you, young man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm watching you now.
Boy.
So how's everyone been doing since last 2 weeks, actually? Because I got stuck in California.
Who are you people?
That's right.
What's your name?
Yeah. Good to meet you, David. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Everyone wearing their name tags.
Dave.
Good to see you. Hi. We'll talk about my alcoholism.
I believe we have a ghost to deal with.
No, not yet. Actually, you still got a
Oh.
door to deal with, but let me lead us in to begin with. Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted GM, Brian, welcoming you to another episode of our Dragon's Demand run through episode 61, and with me, the Hard Slingers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
As I described in the previous episode, you guys came across a ghost, possibly of Tula Belhaim. Seemed pretty legit. Who knows? You guys described to her why you were there. You were looking for some weapons to help deal with Arturic'S. She said that she knew an Arturic'S, and it's highly improbable that this dragon's still alive. But if you wanted her weapons, she'd be more than happy to give them to you if you could go and retrieve her deceased husband's wedding band and bring it back to her. Apparently his tomb is on the opposite side of her tomb because they had a bit of a falling out while she was still alive. In fact, just before her demise. As you guys descended down a iron staircase that led down to a giant circular room with a door against the east wall. This room was 25 feet in diameter. The floor itself had 2 inches of water. Dempsey, you tried to open the door, stumbled back, fell in the water, extinguished your torch. At the same time, Valadir said, "Next time, I got you," and he is going to grant you aid on the next time you do it. Unfortunately, for some of you that do not have dark vision, you are plunged into the darkness. However, those of you that don't, you just see the baffling look on your comrade's face.
Yeah, so you just hear Dempsey, some light, get some light.
I will reach down and fish the torch out of the water.
Yeah, and you could see it. It's, like I said, it's only 2 inches deep, so you readily see its outline right there. It's not like making a search or anything.
We'll pick it up. And so let me know if this is something that prestidigitation will do. Prestidigitation can be used to clean things. Is there any way that it would dry off the torch?
I would say it could probably knock the water off of it, sure.
Okay.
I mean, if it's cleaning off dirt and mud, I think by extension you could go one step and say dirt, mud, water.
Okay.
So it'd be able to dry something. I could see that
So
working.
I'll move my hand over it a couple times. There might be like little tiny bits of like magic sparks flying, and then afterwards I will use prestidigitation to light it.
You see the circular room once again come alive with this flame as you see the flames illumination dancing off the ripples of this water at your feet, this cold ass water. Dempsey, you're half naked just as a man in yourself, just
Two large fists right in front of your face because Dempsey can't see. So he dropped back into like a defensive thing with his back to the door. He doesn't do anything, but you know, his hair is just all like ragged in his face. He's got like 3 days growth of beard and he's like about to punch, but he sees who the hell it is.
He's gnawing on Valadir's arm.
About to
Dempsey.
rage.
You lucky the lights went out. Otherwise, that's real embarrassing.
Let me put my jacket back on.
Excuse.
So how are we doing this?
You'll get a advantage on opening that door this time around.
I'm gonna like, so Valadir, like when you walk up, you know, are we just both push in like muscle man, or you do?
No, he gave you aid, so he's, unless he's going to physically be part of it as well.
We go like back to back.
Okay, then you won't get the advantage. You guys are both just going to roll together.
Not back to back, but I could roll to actually push the door with him. Let's see, straight strength, right?
Yeah.
12.
And 20.
20.
Dirty.
This time, Dempsey, you're like, fuck this door. And you put your hands against this thing and you start pushing. And as you're pushing, you feel what it was you were pushing against. And it's basically a good portion of swamp water. As this water just comes bolting out past the door. It probably must have been easily 8 feet deep in this hallway, because this stuff just starts just coming,
keep going,
filling you up like up to nipple high at this point, until eventually the water starts to settle. And now at this point, you guys are just balls ass cold. You could see through the torch, which you're trying to hold above your head, that this particular hallway is... How far is this motherfucker? Sorry, I wrote this thing down. 20 feet in front of you. You got a 10-foot wide hallway. 20 feet in front of you is another door at the end of this hallway. And now that the water that had been seeping into that hallway has leveled out to both sides, this is definitely difficult terrain.
Lily pads with frogs on them and stuff.
No, just stone-ass cold water.
All right.
Father Hammerbane, how tall are you? You're a dwarf, right?
I'm under the water.
I would almost say that, why don't you make a dex save? Let's see if you manage to skirt your ass back up those spiral steps before this onslaught of water came upon you.
9.
9. So as you guys are looking around, you don't see the Padre at all. You hear some threshing about.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Dempsey's going to start looking for him and try to find him.
Help me.
Following the bubbles.
If he can, he just does like a sailor dive and goes right over and grabs him.
Yeah, in the room, like I said, it's even though it's 25 feet in diameter, you know where everybody would be about. So you could grip him by the beard, by the merkin.
He gets him a nice monkey fight, throws him on his shoulders.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you look like Master Blaster as you stare at this hallway in front of you.
Father Hammerbane, are you okay now?
I'm okay now that Dempsey's helped me. Let's get the hell out of here. Look at me. I'm not built for swimming. I'm wearing heavy armor, for God's sake.
He starts moving towards the door, and you think that he's just gonna barrel straight in, and at the last moment he actually remembers and goes whoop, and doesn't hit Hammerbane right in the face on the door.
So now you guys are in the hallway at this point?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes.
Okay. 20 feet long, door on the opposite side.
Still yay high with water to the nipples.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem as bad. It almost seems that wherever it was seeping in, it's now starting to seep out on the back end. Most likely, wherever the crack was, wherever the fissure was probably in this hallway and had been leaking into the first room where the stairs descended into.
Like the scene from Goonies when they drop the water and it's going down the thingy. Yeah, no.
I never saw that movie, so no.
Yeah. Everybody has to go to the bathroom.
Is this door the same as the one we opened prior?
It's a stone door as well.
Stone door as well?
Yeah.
All right, Dempsey, do you want to try to attack this door together?
Yeah, let's do this with the dwarf on the back.
Yeah.
Take it at a disadvantage if you got Hammerbane.
That's going to be 10 total.
I got a 5.
Yeah, you guys are not getting this door moving at all.
Just losing traction with all the water underneath us.
Yeah, Father, I got to put you down for just a second.
You're useless. You don't do shit. That's how you put him down.
Yeah. And your beard looks like crap.
Oh,
That is a 13. He's still, maybe
Still
he's
not
kind of getting a
that
feel
door.
on it.
Yeah,
but
you're
he's
getting
not-
the feel, but it's just not there. No.
I think he's just gonna take 10. He's gonna look at this thing, take a minute, and really see where the handholds are, and really put his feet into it.
Yeah,
And that would give him a 15.
Yeah, and you see, and after that, you actually start getting the door. You could tell that that maybe the door wasn't, whoever machined it or cut it, didn't cut it at right angles. It's kind of got a little lopsidedness to it, kind of causing it to wedge itself in the jamb. And you could see where you might be able to exploit your own focal leverage, and you start pushing on it, and it actually starts pushing in. You eventually get it, and you hear this echoey cough of air, almost as if this thing has been sealed for maybe a couple centuries. Who knows? And you hear feel this damp air, really dusty, dark as shit inside. Where are my dark vision people? Where are they in your lineup?
Validate.
Valadair has dark vision?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I can see 120 feet. Just
Hammerbane, you should be able to see as well. Being a dwarf, you should be able
As a
to see
dwarf?
that. I think
Yeah,
the
I
only
have dark vision.
This is
assuming
your
his eyes are
jam
above
underground.
water.
Right? You got your scuba
by
goggles
now
on,
the
right?
water's probably down to your knees, and whatever was left in that hallway pushed its way into this large room as well, and then started to eke its way back. Maybe there's a slight angle to the hallway that returns it back towards the spiral staircase. And Warren, as you're holding the torch, Dempsey, you can now see also, not as well as your other comrades, but you see this room. It looks similar to the room that you originally found the ghost of Tula in. It's a ovoid, 60 feet from where you are to the opposite wall in the far east. And from north to south, at its widest point, you see it's probably about 40 feet. And like I said, it appears that the water has not entered this room at all, because you see that along the north wall and the south wall are 6 ornate sarcophagi, 3 against the north, 3 against the south, all angled towards the door. And against the far east wall, you see a dais of stone steps leading up to another, more regal-looking sarcophagi. What would you like to do?
Other than the sarcophagi, is there anything else in this room that decorated it, like Tula's?
No, in fact, as you're looking around with your predator vision, you see that the walls of this particular room are completely devoid of any type of murals. The ceiling itself, where Tula had these mosaic reliefs of her on the ceiling and everything, nothing in here. Nothing on the far back wall, like she had that large skeletal cranium of a black dragon. Nothing. The only thing you see on the far back wall, like I said, is a dais that leads up to a lone sarcophagi just hanging out.
Are there other torch sconces in here, ideally with unlit torches?
No. In fact, you don't see much of anything.
Okay.
She put them in doghouse. She treated them like trash.
Well, except that he has his own servants here, I would assume. Before we look at this larger one, let's make sure we know what we're dealing with and check out these smaller sarcophagus. I will hand the torch back to Dempsey.
I'm assuming you guys are all at the door, like looking like, what the fuck? So tell me how you go about your investigation and what you want to do. Like what you were saying, Ward. You said the torch off to Dempsey, and then
Dempsey will take it.
And then Warren will flick a finger at the torch, and the torch will brighten so that it is double its usual light radius.
Really starts illuminating the room.
And then I will say, why don't we have 2 of us check out the sarcophagi over there, and the other 2 will check out here. Let's not touch anything just yet.
Are you talking about the ones in the north and the ones in the south?
Correct.
Okay.
All right, Valadier will start making his way towards the north sarcophagus.
Buddy system. Who's your buddy?
System?
Yeah.
Who's with you, Valadier?
Tommy is.
Yeah. I'm staying like a step behind Warren.
So I guess those 2 are going to the north. Dempsey and I will go to the south and just...
Yeah.
I'd say circle around and kind of meet up back at the west wall.
Yeah, and as you guys start moving towards these sarcophagi, you really don't have long to determine what they are as the lids begin to rock off all 6 and pop open. You see hands grab the sides, one of them empty, one of them with steel in it, And before we roll initiative, I want everyone to make a perception check.
It's a trap!
Father
Oh,
Hammerbane.
22.
Valadir.
17.
17. Warren.
I had an 11. Whatever these things are, I am much more focused on the sarcophagus, and they completely take me by surprise.
Dempsey.
9.
9. Dempsey, you and Warren, as you are both looking at these three sarcophagi against the south wall. Father Hammerbane, you and Valadir, as you're making your way towards the north, and everyone hears these lids pop open. Both of you actually look to the east wall and notice that the sarcophagi that's on top of the dais, its lid pops open as well.
Oh, shit.
Now, let's roll some initiative.
Sounds like some bullshit.
You're
That's where the
bullshit.
exit.
There is no exit. You're dunzo.
Where is the initiative on this?
Has it been that long?
It's been a while. Oh,
Dempsey.
I got 18.
Valadir.
6.
16?
6. Just 6.
Oh. Father.
14.
Warren.
13.
Give me just a half a moment to set this shit up. I still have Heinrich on this thing.
Damn, Heinrich.
Damn.
Wait, he might be on there for a reason.
But he ain't.
Thinking of the
Valadir,
Johnny
you're
Cash
not gonna
movie.
have to worry too
He's
much
like,
about
don't say
that
anything
thing.
like fuck or shit. This is live.
Dempsey.
So, in the room, the sarcophaguses that are closest to Warren and myself, are the things out of them yet, or they're still like opening them up?
They're open and they're rising up. You see the tattered remains of these 3 individuals. Each one has a sword, a long sword in its hands. You see glowing eyes. You see these elongated teeth and just skin hanging off their skull in patches. Hair long since fallen out beneath helmeted heads and leather and metal armor. As they start looking at you and they start hissing, for the master, protect the master.
Dempsey's gonna rage,
No more
and then he's gonna protect his master. So the closest one, how far away is it?
He's probably about 15 feet away from you, the first sarcophagi, as you guys started moving towards it. Because as soon as you guys get into the room is when this thing started. Everybody started coming out then.
Dempsey is going to close the distance, and then he's going to make his attack with his fist. He's got the shield up, comes across with the power right, and he misses. I'm going to go ahead and do action surge, so I can try that again. Does a 19. How's that make you feel?
That's going to hit.
Okay.
Today, that will hit.
Yay. So that's 9 points of bludgeoning,
Okay.
and that's what I got.
That sounds great. I like that.
Jaw, right in the jaw.
It looks at you and brings its sword down with one hand. 13?
Nope.
Nope. And then it attempts to grab you or hit you with its open hand.
Hit me with your best shot.
Okay, that's going to be 21 to hit.
That's a good shot.
That's a great shot.
What kind of damage is this?
For 6 points of necrotic damage, and your maximum hit points are reduced by 3 points.
Okay. Do some quick
The other
math.
one pops out and starts moving towards you, Warren. Where are you at? Are you still by the entrance?
I
'Cause he closed
was
the distance, so
right. I was right behind, or I was right in front of Dempsey, and so he just rushed past me to take on this thing. So I'm probably about 10 feet away from the door.
okay.
Into
So
the-
the
into the
second
room.
one can get to you, but the third one can't.
Okay.
Hard 20. So that'll be 8 points of slashing damage, and it will try to touch you with its hand as well. For a 4 on the die, that's going to miss. The third one will hop out and move towards you, Dempsey, double handing the sword. For a 19 on the die.
That'll hit.
For 8 points of slashing damage. The other 3 pop out of theirs against the north wall. One of them runs towards you, Valadir, with a 19 on the die for a double slash.
That's going to catch me.
For 6 points of damage. The second one heads towards Father Hammerbane with another hard 20 for 8 points of damage.
I'm going to require you to switch out your dice.
I like this one. And then it's going to try to hit you with the hand as well, Father, for an 11 on the die for 15 to hit.
Misses.
Misses. And then the third one actually goes and runs towards the back of the room and posts itself next to the lone individual that was standing on the dais. Father Hammerbane, what would you like to do, seeing all this shit develop?
These are all undead.
They are. This is your forum, Padre.
I know, but I'm trying to. I don't know if I want to turn
take your pants off. This is audio only. For
no,
now.
I don't know that I want to turn undead just yet. Okay. How close? There's one that's close to me, right?
One that's right on you. One that's right on Valadir. 40 feet away, you've got 3 of them that are on Warren and Dempsey, and then probably 30 feet to the back room is where the last one had ran.
Okay,
It's 40 feet from you, but because of his sarcophagi was the furthest away, he was able to make it in his move.
Yeah, but Valadir and I are close together, and we have two of them on us.
Yes.
So I'm going to use Cantrip Toll of the Dead on the one that's closest to me. He's got to make a Wisdom saving throw. Roll it.
I will. 15. 14 on the die.
Okay, you, sir. That was a good roll.
Okay.
So I'm not
Thank
going to
you.
do
I
any
appreciate
damage.
it. Thumbs up.
Brian, it's hot tonight.
No damage there. Okay. And I will take. Is he within 5 feet of me?
Yes, he is. He's right against you. Right up against you.
Okay.
Loving
I'm just going to raise my shield at this point.
Gently loving you.
That's it.
From the back of the room, you see the one lone individual that was back there produce a bow and pull back. It's got 4 targets. I'm going to go right down the initiative tracker. Number 3, Warren draws this thing back and fires for a 16 on the die. I think that's
That
probably
will hit.
to hit
Mm-hmm.
for 6 points of damage. And he stays where he is at. Warren.
Well, I've got this thing in front of me to deal with, so I am going to risk an attack of opportunity
Okay.
and take a step back.
You could take a 5-foot step away, though, without incurring that. Can't you?
I mean, not
You could.
not like
Disengage.
yeah. Well, doing a disengage takes my action.
Oh, and you don't want to do
It
that. Okay.
does.
No,
Correct.
Okay. So he'll take his basic attack at you. Miss. He's got a 4 on the die.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm going to turn around and attempt to blast him in the face with an Eldritch Blast. That is an 18 to hit.
That's going to hit.
Blasty blast.
Now, this isn't
That-
the one that Dempsey hit. This is the one that was dealing with you.
Correct.
Okay.
So that is 9 points of force damage and 2 additional points of fire damage. And then I'm going to go ahead and move a little circuitously. If I have enough movement, what I would like to do is not be in melee range, but be on the opposite side of the skeletons that are engaged with Dempsey. So it would be like Dempsey, his skeletons that he's fighting, and then I'd be like 10 feet on the other side of that.
So where did you want to go? Into the middle of the room?
Yeah, close to the middle
like
of the room.
circumvent your way to the middle of the room? Is that what you wanted to do?
Just south of the middle of the room.
Okay. Valadir.
I was reading to see if I could persuade this guy, but might be up to you if I can or not, just because he's undead.
I'm going to doubt that highly. You You probably wouldn't even need to make an insight check to know that these 6 individuals are here for one purpose, and that purpose is up there at the dais.
I was
Just by that one went to post himself next to his daddy.
Well, that's all right. What if I persuade him to go stand by his daddy?
One of
That's
them's already
kinda-
standing by his daddy. You talk
Yeah,
to
but
him.
there's only one though. The one in front of me is not. Correct? Because there's 3 of them.
But they speak common. You could try.
Ah, screw it. I'll just attack him.
You make me go through all this shit. Fine, attack him, tough guy. He's gonna
All right.
persuade you next round.
I'll persuade him back.
Put your pants back on.
What's your
Oh.
persuasion?
First attack is going to be a definite miss with an 8.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
Second attack, a 19 to hit,
That's gonna hit.
causing 6 points of slashing damage.
6. All right, Dempsey. Oh, did you want to move or anything? You want to stay there?
I'm going to stay right there. Stay and fight, baby. We do not run.
Dempsey.
On the south side of the room, we got 3 skeletons, and then over on the north side, there's 2. And then the 2 up on the dais. That's correct.
Yes, that's correct.
I think he's still just going to keep barging through the one that's right in front of him, try to wear this guy down.
Okay.
Ice cold. That was a 4 on the dice. This is a 14 total.
That is going to miss.
That's a miss, yeah. So he
That
goes
is a
for
miss.
one, like a powerhouse kick, and it just whiffs.
Yeah.
I got something for your ass on the next one, though. That's all right. That's okay. I'm not a Coelho. She's going to love me in the morning, my friend.
Well, he's ready for you right now, tough guy.
This is all I have, my friend.
So the one that is adjacent to you, Dempsey, comes down with a single-handed swing again. 2 on the dice, misses, trying to switch that bitch out. But he's going to attempt to scratch you again.
Mm-hmm.
With a 14 on the dice, that is going to hit 19 to hit.
Yeah, that's going to hit. How am I doing?
Ooh. I'm going to let you know right now. For another 3 points of necrotic damage and permanent hit point loss of 3.
Ugh.
I'm sorry, it's 6 points necrotic damage, 3 points permanent hit point loss.
I got you, babe.
The other one, which was originally next to Warren, pivots and goes after Warren with 2 hands on his sword. Rolls a 1 on the die. Dex check, hard 20, hangs on to it. The third one there has 2 to go after. 1, 2 for Dempsey, 3, 4 for Warren. Dempsey, you're the lucky man. Coming at you with double handing this long sword again.
Bring it.
16 on the die. That's going to do.
Negative, son.
No? 16 on the die for 21
Oh,
to hit?
16? Yeah, that
Yeah,
definitely hits.
okay, there you go. 4 points of damage.
Hey, and if you write in, people listening, Brian will send you these dice because these
Yeah,
bitches are
I
hot.
sure
dice.
will.
He's just rolling nothing but hard 20s here.
Fuck. What was the damage? I'm sorry.
4.
4? Okay.
So the one that's on the dais, that's next to his master, looks at you, Warren. Looks at his master nods. He runs down there, double-handing his sword, and attacks you with a 19 on the die for 10 points of damage.
Hey.
The one that's in front of you, Valadir, will try to hit you once with one sword. 19 on the die. That's going to hit. For 3 points of damage. Stupid thing. And will attempt to scratch you as well. For an 18 on the die.
It's gonna hit.
That's for 6 points of necrotic damage, 3 points of permanent hit point loss. By the way, these hit point losses will be absolved after a long rest. The third Crypt Guardian begins its attack against you, Father Hammerbane. Raises up his sword with 2 hands. I can't use that one. It's probably a 20.
Unless it's low. Use it.
15 to hit.
That will miss.
That will miss. Hold on a second.
He has to go fish it.
Dice are all over the floor.
What's that?
It's like your dice are all over the floor.
That ever happen? It falls, but it's on a 20. You're like, that's legal, right?
And that was actually his move because he used the sword in two hands. Father Hammerbane, after deftly evading this creature's attack, what would you like to do?
I'm not feeling so good right now. I think I'm gonna give myself a little healing love. I gotta keep the rest of the party up.
I'm gonna sit this one out.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. Casting Cure Wounds. 19 points of healing upon thyself.
Physician,
Oh, yeah.
heal thyself.
Heal thyself.
Do you want to move or you want to stay there?
I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
You sure? Choppy.
No, I'm good where I'm at.
From the top of the dais, the one dressed in this regal adornment looks down at the battlefield in front of him inside this crypt. He tilts his head back a little, and if he could do so, you almost hear him inhaling deep. What is that scent? Gods of my honor, do my senses deceive me? Have the fates finally changed hands? We have a Belhaim in our presence. Fate is fickle indeed. My loyal brethren, bring the Belhaim down. We shall enact our revenge for having been locked away by his kind. You see him raise his hand as he drops his bow. And you see this charged bolt of blackness streak from his fingertip, bending like all light around that's inside this crypt, catching it in his wake as it targets you, Warren.
Great.
Yeah.
Going to. He's so lovely.
16 to hit
That will hit.
for 9 points of damage. And in his other hand, he does the same thing.
Okay.
That's 16 on the die. I think that one's going to hit too
Mm-hmm.
for 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Bring
I have-
the Belhaim to my feet. And he just stands up there on the dais. Warren, what would you like to do?
I will turn back to him and I will say, this room that you have that is a monument to the failure that you were to the Belhaim line, it will be no more. And with that, I will cast a shatter spell that will include him and the crypt that he rose out of. And for reference, shatter does double damage to structures and objects.
Okay, it's a sarcophagus.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, all right.
Just like any homage to him being in there is just destroyed. So he will need to make a fortitude saving throw.
Fortitude.
I'm sorry, Constitution. Sorry, I've been reading Pathfinder too.
No problem. I know I've got to convert all that stuff too, and we're doing all this stuff too, which 18.
That will save. So I had rolled a total of 18 damage, so he actually takes 9. If you want to roll the saving throw for the sarcophagus itself, that's cool. Otherwise, it takes double damage, so it would take 36.
You know, I'm going to go ahead and roll the save for that.
Okay.
19 on the die.
Okay.
So I'm going to assume
then
that
it would take
some
half damage.
Yeah, it probably took some structure. It starts to splinter and crack. He looks down at it. Don't worry about that for me. You only destroy your own resting place. Did you want to move anywhere?
I don't have any of them engaged with me, do I?
Yeah, you have two of them. In fact, I was going to ask you, that wasn't like a ranged spell, was it?
It was not something that I need to worry about being in melee. It was not like a ranged attack, which I would have disadvantage on.
Yeah.
It was just a saving throw.
Okay. Yeah, you still have the two that are on you. The one that came from the dais and the other one that broke off from Dempsey. Well, actually, when you left Dempsey, two of them stayed with Dempsey and the third one went to you.
Oh, I somehow missed that.
Yeah,
okay,
you've got two on you, and Valadier has one, Tommy has one, and Dempsey has two.
Okay.
Did you want to move or you want to hold?
I mean, I cannot move without taking an attack of opportunity, and I have 2 hit points, so...
Okay.
I'm just going to have to suck it for right now.
Valadier.
Still have that one guy on top of me, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm actually going to go ahead and attack with my scimitar. Come on. That's a non-hard 20, soft 20.
That's going to hit.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 for 7 points of damage.
And you've hit this guy before.
I have.
Yeah.
Second attack is 23 to hit.
That's going to hit too.
For another 8 points of damage. And I'm actually going to use my Bardic Inspiration for myself and use Defensive Flourish. Will actually give me an additional d6 damage, and also the number added is rolled onto my AC till the start of my next turn.
Okay.
So 5 points additional damage.
Ooh. Damn, Junior.
And I got 5 temporary points to my AC.
What's that look like?
Whoa.
5 points?
The defensive flourish that's able to deflect 5 points of AC.
It's kind of since Valadier is kind of like a showmanship, he'll probably do like a backflip and just kind of with his scimitars.
It's like a Napoleon Dynamite kind of move.
Yeah.
Only like 3 hip thrusts in there, though.
Dempsey. Speaking of hip thrusts,
yes.
you've got 2 individuals on you right now. What would you like to do?
So, listening to what that guy said, I want to see what these bad guys do. Can I hold, and if they move away from me, take my action? I'll just hold my turn. I want to see what these guys do before I declare. Is that legal?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Can't you do a ready action?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Just ready his, he puts his dukes up, and the 2 guys that are next to him, if either one of them walk away, he wants to hit him. But basically, he doesn't want to let them leave from his square. So if they try to move, he's going to attack.
Okay. So let's go with the first one that's on Warren. He swings down the sword with a single hand. 13.
Will miss.
And then tries to touch you with his hand. 16.
That will hit.
That will hit. For 5 points of damage and 3
And down
points
I
of
go.
con damage.
Down I go.
The second one on you will attack you as well. And he'll do that with
Okay.
advantage. Both of them 8 on the die. Both of them miss.
I mean, it doesn't matter. If I'm down, he automatically hits. And it automatically crits. So it's
I
automatically
think-
2 failures.
Is that... Okay.
I mean, that's what happens when someone goes down.
I thought that. I read it, though, that if somebody goes down, attack rolls against the individual have advantage. It doesn't say
If they are
that. I didn't see
prone.
that it saw that it automatically hits. That only if it does hit, it's a crit. Am I wrong in that interpretation of the rule?
I recently was in a similar situation in another game, and it was that it automatically hits, but I defer to you on that. So, I mean, if you want to have them, I'm at the very least prone, so at the very least they have advantage on attacking me.
And the monster targets fallen character with the second hit of the adversary is likely to hit critical hit modifiers at start. I can't see it. And I was looking it up because I knew that this was a boss battle.
Mm-hmm.
They start making death saving throws. Attack rolls against the unconscious character have advantage, and any attack that hits the character is a critical hit if the attack is within 5 feet of the character.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if that second hit me.
It did
what
not.
was- Okay.
It did
Then
not.
in that case, I'm just down.
Okay, so you're down. One of them that's on Dempsey leaves him. Make your attack.
Yes, buddy, I knew it. That is a 13.
Miss.
Okay.
And goes to Warren to attack him with a sword.
Mm-hmm.
19 on the die.
That will hit, so
That'll
that's
hit.
critical. So that's
Okay.
2 failures.
That's 2 failures.
Mhm.
The other one that's on Dempsey will stay and attack you, Dempsey.
Okay.
7 on the die. Miss. Reaches out with
That's
his
a
hand.
miss.
Here comes
All
our
right,
other
what's the
hand
second
for
one?
you
Okay.
then, babe. Oh, the hard 20.
Right in for that dice. People roll the hard 20 podcast at gmail.com.
7 points of damage and 3
Okay.
points of negative con. Valadier. This one stays with you and attacks you. For 8 on the die. Goes for the hand. 6 on the die, even worse. Father Tomy. This one stays on you as well. For a 6 on the die and a 4 on the die. That die is no longer valid. Father Hammerbane.
Gonna throw a heel over at Mr. Dempsey. That is gonna be 4 points of healing on Mr. Dempsey.
Did you want to move?
No, I do not. I'm gonna just sit here and tank this bad guy, trying to
Okay.
keep the rest of us up.
You see Arturic rise to his full form, drops the bow and pulls an axe off his back and walks down to you, Warren, and he leans over you.
Jesus.
What are you doing in my crypt, Belhaim? You should have never, ever opened that door. And he brings the axe down. I gotta bring it over, man.
And this is TPK, man.
Yeah.
That is
We're
the
fucked.
hard 20.
We're all fucked.
Dude,
Yeah.
you're using weighted dice, man.
I am not.
I'm dead.
Oh.
He looks at the other 3 and says, "If you leave him here, I will let you live."
And give us a ring.
What ring are you talking about? And you see the rest of his honor guards are just frothing. What ring are you talking about?
Rings you made sacred vows to Mrs. Belhaim.
This old iron piece of crap. And he pulls it off of his ring finger and throws it. And it bounces against the wall, narrowly missing you, Valadier. I take it that she has sent you here. You don't know what she has done to me. You don't know what she did to our children, do you? Oh, that insane woman. You ever wondered why she might have been locked away in her own crypt? You think about that as you hear my loyal men howl in pain up and down the corridors of this crypt for the injustice she served upon me and the rest of the slayers of Nazili. Take the ring, leave the body.
Never! Dempsey's going to war.
Warren.
I'm dead.
Oh, you're. Oh, shit. Okay.
Like I'm Dead.
Dead. Valadir.
I'm gonna pick up the ring for one,
Okay.
and I'll make my attack. How close was the ring? Do I have to step aside and go grab it? You said
It's
threw it
against the
near me.
wall. I would say it probably rolled towards you, but the problem is you have one of those guys right next to you.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do this.
Have they all, now that Warren's down and Arturic has come down, has all of the other entities, have they just stopped attacking? Or are they still engaged with us?
They're right next to you. They're waiting to see what you do. He gave you
An ultimatum.
basically two choices. Yeah, if you want to call it an ultimatum. It wasn't like stay and die, or it was, leave him, take the ring and leave him. Or, he thought it was pretty clear cut.
Who wants to turn Warren into one of these things?
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm gonna take a step back and pick up the ring,
Okay.
and then that will put me at a distance from the creature. Did he attack of opportunity or anything?
Not yet.
He's
Still holding. He's still holding.
I'm gonna give a quick look to Tommy and Dempsey, and looks like Dempsey's ready to fight. How about Papa Hammerbane?
I don't feel this is a fight we can win, Dempsey.
Then we go down together.
No, we're down. We're down a man. I don't believe this is a fight we can win.
Are you guys yelling this across?
Yeah, I'm yelling it across the
We
room,
step back
man.
just a second, guys.
Yeah, hold on.
Just
We need a
team
side.
huddle.
It's like Shark Tank.
Could we have the room just for a minute? Thanks.
But I'm yelling across the room.
Have the room for the rest of eternity.
Nah, Dempsey's lost too many friends, man. He's this is like battle rage time.
I see you deliberating back and forth. This can't be a difficult decision. Take the ring, leave the body. Don't wind up here with the rest of us.
Tommy's yelling across the room again for Dempsey to take a deep breath, compose himself, and think about the situation we're in.
No, man. My turn.
It is your turn.
So Dempsey lets
Actually,
loose a litany of dwarven swears that you have not heard and ever.
Hold on a second there, swear.
Mm-hmm.
Valadir, did you finish off your
I was at a hold, but I'm pretty much done. I was just waiting what the consensus of everyone was.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like we might all die in here tonight.
Dempsey? You
So-
got your litany of swears and prayers and all that
There
other
was,
happy crap?
yeah, they all run. So there was two guys on me. One guy walked away and I tried to hit him and didn't. And then the second guy did hit me. So he's still on
You
me.
have one guy on you.
All right, he's going to
3
try
are
to
over
trip this
Warren's
guy's-
body, including Arturic.
Yeah, I totally missed. That's a 9. I was going to go for a trip attack and try to get out of there. I'm just going to move then. I'm just going to take the attack opportunity. I'm going to move towards Warren's body. How far can I get? Can I get to him?
You could
30
get
feet?
there, but
Yeah,
you know that
he's
there's,
just, like,
there's a
running.
lot of people over there right now. You okay with that?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, here's your attack of opportunity. 15 on the die. That's going to be 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay.
Get
For
out.
8 points of damage.
Okay. And that's slashing?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Are you raging?
Yes. In fact, you miss me.
Oh, I did.
Oh.
Oh, no, I didn't.
I'm bullshitting you.
Fuck you, you're dead to me. Or you will be pretty soon. Now the battle's
All right.
on. You
Come
have
on, come on.
made your decision. Not only will your friend remain here, but all of you will remain here. So as you make your way, you're now over there next to Warren's body, right?
Okay.
Okay. The one that just did his attack of opportunity on you is actually right on your heel. Coming down with the same sword again. Hopefully with a better attack roll this time.
Hope he likes the way Dempsey
Nope.
ass smells.
Tries to reach out with his hand
Reach out and touch.
for 17.
17 is the to hit. That is a miss.
Shut up in there, man. For 4 points of damage and 3 points of con damage. The one that's in front of you, Valadir, attacks you. That'll be a miss. Hand. Worse. That die is now dead. The one against you, Father Tomy. Get the healer. Make sure he doesn't heal any more of his buddies, his boys.
Die here
Fucking
tonight.
2 on the die. Oi, and a 4. You're dead to be 2. However, we still have the 3 that are right over Warren's body, waiting for Dempsey to come. First one attacks you, Dempsey, with both hands on his sword. 19 on the die.
Yep.
For 7 points of damage. The second one does the same thing. 19 again.
God bless.
Shit.
Damn.
That's a die for 8 points of damage. And the third one. Oh, the hard 20.
This might be it. That's a double giveaway. Listening along at home, folks.
That's a dead giveaway.
Damn.
Gotta hold out hope for... Well, it's only a 1 on that one, but a 6 on that one for 9 points of damage.
This is all slashing, right, Brian?
Yes, it is.
He's just like wipes his mouth, and when he does, he slings the blood, and he's like, "You got to do a lot better than that, boyos."
I haven't done anything yet, my friend. Father Hammerbane. He's
how
already
far-
gone.
I'm like, peace. So I am going to lay down my turn undead. So all of the undead have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw, okay. We'll go with the one that's next to you first. Okay.
Okay.
11.
He fails.
The one
He's-
next to Valadir. We'll address their movement in a moment.
Okay.
11.
Fail.
The one that just... the one that followed Dempsey. 19.
Saves.
The one of the first 3 that's standing over Warren's body. 18.
Saves.
2 over his body. 2.
Fails.
I need to put a little tick mark here. So the one next to you failed. The one next to Valadir failed. And 2 on the side. The third one over Warren's body. 2.
Fail.
And Arturic.
Ah, come on, baby. Come on.
Natural 1.
16.
Ah, he saved.
Okay.
Fuck.
So the ones that failed immediately begin to haul ass. How many is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And they run to the southeast wall.
That's by the dais.
Yes. The 2 that saved, including Arturic, remain next to Warren's body. Did you want to move or anything?
Yeah, I'm
Because
gonna
you're
move.
free now. There's nobody next to you
Yeah.
or Valadir at this point.
Yep, I'm gonna move. Hold on, stand by.
Standing.
I'm gonna move back towards the door, within
Okay.
about 10 feet of the door, behind Dempsey.
Well, Dempsey's more in the middle of the room now.
Oh, he's moved in.
Yeah, he's next to Warren's body.
Gonna be 10 feet from the east, 10 feet east of the door.
Okay. Arturic looks at you, Father. He looks at Dempsey. He looks at Valadir. 1, 2 for you, Father. 3, 4 for Dempsey. 5, 6 for Valadir. Dempsey.
Mm-hmm. South will rise
He
again.
steps over Warren's body and brings this axe down upon you.
Let me ask you a question.
20 to hit
Yup.
for 8 points of damage.
Damn.
Then he tries to touch you with his hand. You will be mine too.
These guys really like touching people.
They do. They really do.
Right.
16.
That does not hit.
Oh, it doesn't hit. You nimbly reach back with your oiled skin as he tries to fondly
He does the
finger
old
you.
Miyagi, like the paint the fence. Ching.
You shall
Moves
be
it away.
mine. Valadir, what would you like to do? You're free
You
of,
said that-
of any opponents on you also.
You said a group of soldiers ended up gathering around the southeast wall.
Yeah,
All right. How many of them are there? 3 of them?
there's 4.
There's 4?
There's
All right.
4. Only 2 of them made the save, including Arturic. Well, 2 plus Arturic. The other 4.
Okay.
Now, just so you know, Father, maybe you should advise him if he attacks those 4.
Yeah. Any of those that got turned,
Mhm.
if you attack them, my turn breaks and they come back on the field. They are doing for 1 minute. They are doing everything they can to get away from me.
Okay. In that case, I'll change my. Have Arturic roll a Constitution save for me.
18.
18. That is going to pass. So I'm casting Shatter upon him, and that will be
Half, right?
6 half. So
Yeah.
6 points of damage.
6 points. Very good. Now that everybody's all shaken and stirred here. Dempsey,
All right.
you have
this is-
Arturic right in front of you right now.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Just the one guy, and I've got Warren at my feet.
You got him in front of you, and
Mhm.
2 of his boys just to his right, which is like just north of him. So
This
it's
is-
it's
and-
him.
And lightning going off right in front of you.
You know,
This
and
is yeah.
it's very reminiscent of when you stood toe to toe with Drosk. Actually,
You see in like the interchange of the face and like the tusk, he reaches into his pocket and he actually touches the tusk that he ripped out of Drosk's face, and he's like, "Not this time, not this time." Now this is gonna get pretty technical. Bonus action, fuck yes, 9 on the die. Second win, so he's gonna, and he just pulls back some hit points.
but your max is lowered though. Make sure you keep that in mind.
Oh, I'm nowhere near max. Don't worry.
Okay.
So so he sucks it up. You can interact with something just freely, right?
Depends on what you're interacting with. Like you could open a door or anything like that.
Can I open, like, just grab Warren? Like I just grab the middle of his chest. My idea is to grab him and then move away.
No, because I
head
think
towards
that's
the
that's a strength thing that you're going to be going with him, with his body.
All right, then he'll just take the dodge action, I guess. And then like that's the move. He wanted to get the hit points back, but he wants to get ready to run.
Okay.
But he wants to take Warren with him.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Why don't you roll your d20 against mine, real quick?
Come on.
I rolled a
cheating.
6. It's just
I
straight
rolled
up
a 14.
14. As you stick your hand in your pocket, you rub this tusk and you think about Drosk. Your adrenaline begins to burn at just this incredible speed in your body. And you're like, fuck it, I could do it. And you reach down to grab him. Now, if you want to do it, I'll make an attack at a disadvantage against you
Mhm.
if you want to make that chance.
Yeah, that's what he wants to
Okay.
do. He wants to
All
get
right.
out of there. All right, come
The
on.
lowest one is 10, though. So he swings and he misses you.
Yes.
So you've got Warren's body with you,
Mhm.
moving at half speed. The 2 that were standing next to Arturic immediately set off after you. Catch up
He's
to
like,
you.
give me some cover.
First one attacks you
We need airstrike.
from behind for 15 on the die, so 19 to hit.
Yup.
For 5 points of damage. Second one with 2 hands on his sword, too. 19 on the die. For 6 points of damage.
He's still up, babe.
He's still up. Jeez, right on. Keep going, tough guy. Father Hammerbane. You see Dempsey's 5 feet away from you. You see him carrying Warren on his back, mostly using his body as like a back shield.
I'm using Warren as a shield.
Yeah.
Is he retreating at this point?
Yeah,
Are we
he's,
out?
He's running towards the door with his body, yeah.
All right. Let's
the body, or I'll have all of you.
I yell out to Dempsey to pick up the pace. Let's go. Valadier, let's go. It's time to leave.
Marines, we are leaving. So are you just going to stand there and shout encouragement, or are you actually going to go through the door?
I'm actually if I do an aid, what is it? Is because with him carrying Warren, is he is his pace diminished because he's carrying something?
I'm saying he's moving at half speed because of the encumbrance of him.
Can I like aid him to try to get him to like encourage him to pick it up so that he's full movement?
Grab half his
Unless you
body.
have
Let's do it
something
together.
that can mechanically show me that you could do that. I don't think we can do that. Your best bet is to be on the other side of that door, ready to leave Valadier in there with the rest of the boys.
No, I don't think so. How far is how far is Valadier from me?
He is 25 feet from you, because you're still 15 feet in the room. Or 10 feet in the room. Were you 10 feet from the door or 15?
That's 10 feet. 10 feet
Okay,
from the
so
door.
he's 25 feet from you, yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna move back towards the door and wait inside the room, but right at the door, and yell for Valadier to get down on it and move. Start
Get
beating
down
that
on
drum.
it. Get down on it.
Dempsey's about there. Okay. Arturic
I'm fucking dead.
sees you fleeing. You see him raise his hand, and out comes this charged bolt of blackness towards you with the hard 20. You guys want to see these? No?
The dice are your.
Please, I want to show you these.
You want to see these? Oh.
Show you two dice.
For 13 points of damage.
This is like magical stuff damage.
Yes, necrotic.
Okay.
And he's going to give you a chance to drop the body.
Oh, he's
Wow.
dropping the body because when that happens, Dempsey drops.
Okay,
That'd
then
technically be
he'll
half
turn
damage.
towards you, Valadier,
Not with necrotic.
and hold his hand up towards you and say, "Do you want some of this too, tough guy?"
Yet. I go back.
Then
it
take
his
the one
sword's
that
turn?
fell, leave the Belhaim, and leave my crypt. He's giving you the opportunity to take Dempsey's body.
Told me he's gonna move
Is
forward.
Dempsey
and-
down?
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
think he
he's
was
down.
down. Oh, you are down.
He takes
Okay.
full from the magic stuff.
Shit. I'll make my way out and grab Dempsey's body. Can we like daisy chain both bodies?
like human centipede.
He's all, leave the Belhaim here.
All right, I'm just gonna grab Dempsey for now and start making my way out. I have 30 feet of movement. You want me to use a strength check to get Dempsey out of the room, or just use my movement completely?
No, I would just let you use your movement completely, because at this point you've broken off. You're no longer in combat, so you're not.
Okay.
I'm not worried about you picking him up at this point. But as you pick him up, and you and Father Hammerbane, what are you guys doing?
I'm moving forward to try to help Valadier get Dempsey's body and drag him out.
You pick him up. You start moving him towards the door. I'm taking it.
Yep.
You see the two remaining whites follow you. Their weapons are down, making sure you go towards the door. And behind them, you see Arturic lean down and pick up Warren's body, turn and start moving back up towards the dais and towards his own sarcophagus. As you guys cross the threshold to this door, entering that 20-foot hallway, one of the creatures grabs the door and begins to close it And as you're watching, just past the door closing, you see Arturic put Warren's body in his sarcophagus and close the lid. And the door closes completely. And that is where we will end this session.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. Fucking Tula Belhaim did him dirty.
Dude, we all got
Some Alabama
dirty.
bullshit, man. Killing their own people.
fuck, man.
Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeart Radio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible. And if you like what you're listening to, leave us that 5-star rating and review. We also have a YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20, so if you're into watching, head on over and hit that subscribe bell. We can also be found in the wild on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so don't forget to look for us there and check us out. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com, where you can download the current show directly, pick and choose past shows from our archives, or view our galleries. We've got a lot of stuff posted there, so check us out. And finally, join us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast, where you can become a hard slinger and pick up swag. So until next session, keep your dice warm and your glass topped off as you roll those hard 20s.